If you don't learn how to use these words naturally, it will lose you points in your speaking exam, I promise you. Okay, imagine you're planning something for this weekend. You want to do something fun. So your friend suggests let's go to the park, it's sunny. And you want to say, wow, that suggestion is amazing. We can have a picnic, that's a great suggestion. Here, you can replace the word suggestion or recommendation with shout. We can have a picnic, that's a great shout. So in this context, shout replaces suggestion or recommendation. But be careful, you can't replace every recommendation or suggestion with shout. This is where students in speaking exams completely fail. For example, here you learn that we can replace suggestion or recommendation with shout. So you're like, oh, that sounds like natural English. I'm gonna use that in my exam and show how natural I sound. No. You need to know when you can and, more importantly, when you can't use these words to replace other words. So for example, this is only really used in a reply. When you want to say, that suggestion is good, that's a good shout. Or that recommendation yesterday, that was terrible. That was a terrible shout. That's when you can use it. But if you used shout to replace suggestion in just anywhere, that would sound wrong and unnatural. So this, no. So yeah, if you are preparing for an English speaking exam, like IELTS, TOEFL, TOEIC, Cambridge exams, it doesn't matter. Make sure you know when you can use these new slang terms and when you really shouldn't, when it will sound unnatural, like this. Because these tests test for natural use of language. And it will only sound natural if you've used it before. And more importantly, if you've used it and made a mistake and someone's corrected you on it. Because then you truly know how to use it. So please don't just watch my videos and say, wow, he's the best English teacher ever. I mean, yeah, sure. But I also want you to talk about how handsome I am. I'm kidding. What I want you to do is make examples with these new words, but make them examples that you will use in the future. Then actually use them in your daily conversation with your friends, with your classmates, with anyone who also speaks English. Because if you don't learn how to use these words naturally, it will lose you points in your speaking exam, I promise you. So these two still need to make a decision about what to do, right? But she doesn't want to make the decision. She wants to say, I don't mind. It's your decision. I'll follow you. When you want to say it's your decision, you can replace the word decision with call. It's your call. I'll follow you. Okay, but can you change decision for call in all situations? Will it sound unnatural? I'm glad you asked. So let's imagine you have a difficult decision to make. For example, you're offered a new job in a different country, or you want to go study in a different country, but you have to leave your family and friends behind. You could say it 3 different ways. I have a difficult call to make. It's my call. I have to make this call. I don't know if you noticed the way I said that, but 2 of those sentences carry the same meaning, the same feeling. But this one sounds a bit different. In this one, it's not wrong to change decision to call in this one, but it's definitely more common and more natural to use call to mean decision when you're talking about whose decision it is. I have to make this call. It's my call. But this one focuses more on the decision itself. And yeah, this still collocates to make. You make a decision. You make a call. Okay, let's go to the pub. Good call. And yes, like the way we use shout, we can also use call to mean decision, not just to say whose decision, but also to say how good or how bad that decision was. So here, if she wants to say, that's a good decision, good call. If she wants to say, that's a good suggestion, good shout. Exactly. Okay, he made the call and you're finally at the pub. But last time you went to the pub with your friends, he paid. He paid for the drinks, he paid for the food. This time you want to pay. So you ask, hey, what do you want to drink? I'm going to pay. How can you replace this? I know for Spanish speakers, you would say something like, I'm inviting you. But we don't use I'm inviting you for this situation in English. Instead, we could say, I'm buying. No, you stay there. I'm getting them. My treat. Put your money away. You could also say, they're on me. That's way less common. These are more common to hear in this situation. But you can replace I'm gonna pay with, what do you want? It's my shout. Okay then, tequila. Yeah, tequila. And if she thinks that is a great suggestion, what can she say? Nice. That is a great shout. I don't see any bad consequences coming from drinking tequila. So now you know, shout can be used when you want to say how good or how bad someone's suggestion or recommendation is. Call is when you want to, same as shout, say how good or bad someone's decision was. Or when you talk about whose decision it was. And also shout can mean I'm buying the drinks in a pub. Again, I can't say this often enough. Please actually use these in your English. If you think someone's suggestion was good, tell them. Great shout. If you think someone made a bad decision, mate, that was a shit call. That tequila, that wasn't a good shout. So what do you want to learn in a future video? Let me know down below and I'll include it in a future lesson. You can practice with this and hundreds of other lessons in my Ultimate English ebook available on my Patreon, patreon.com/papateachme, or my website, papateachme.com. Okay, let's go to the pub. Whose shout is it? Is it your shout? Is it your shout? Is it your shout? It's not my shout. I paid last time.